And in this area here, this used to be the watermelon area here, and then I already pulled all the vines because, you know, they were still producing, but the squirrel kept coming to eat the fruit, so I just decided to pull everything, and I plant more broccoli here. Broccoli, kohlrabi, and cabbage. They're still small, but I'm hoping they will become, you know, healthy looking and big before the frost. So in this area here, I have here broccoli, kohlrabi, and cabbage. And I have more snap peas in this area here. That one is more snap peas, which I have also this fence snap peas, and another snap peas in there. Here is the pepper. This pepper plant is big red pepper variety. It's a sweet bell pepper, and it has several peppers in there. So I still have good amount of peppers in here. Look at this one. I'm not sure if you can see, but this one has a lot of peppers in there, hiding in the middle. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, more than a dozen. This is big red pepper. And here is another big red pepper. Look, I have peppers in there. And there is one here that is starting to turn red. And in this branch here, it has 3. Looks like it's hanging to the ground because maybe the fruits are heavy. This one here, I have yummy orange, a lunchbox, a variety of peppers. They are very sweet. And I saved some of the seeds of this, but they don't have a lot of seeds. Mostly are just 2 seeds. Some are seedless, no seeds at all. So far I have like 17 seeds that I save out of many peppers from here. So they don't produce a lot. They don't produce a lot of seeds. There's a big one but still green, and hopefully there is seeds inside of that. This is Purple Beauty hybrid peppers. I think I harvest only 3 of this so far. I have 2 more. Not very productive. This one is the red lunchbox peppers. It has a lot of peppers. I'm not sure if you can see, but it has tons of peppers in there. And I already harvest a lot from this plant. And I always save the seeds. So I save seeds of this. This is open pollinated variety. And this one is the hot pepper plant. Look, I still have a lot of peppers in here. Yep, still looking good. More tomato plants here. If you are new to these tomato plants, I started this using suckers. Suckers means the branch of the tomato. The branch, how do you call it? The sucker. The sucker grows. It usually grows. I'm going to find one sucker here. Let's see if I can find. Like this. This is a sucker. This is the main stem. And this is the sucker. This sucker, if you cut this off and put this in a jar with water, after a week or more, I think a week or 2, some usually less than 2 weeks, this will produce roots, and then you can plant this and you will have another plant of tomato exactly the same as the parent plant. So I have here around 10 plants. These are all suckers from suckers, and look, they are producing. This is another sugary tomato plant which is from sucker. This is the sun sugar. And I still have a lot of green tomatoes. And in this area used to be cantaloupe patch here, and then again the squirrel came over here and ate most of the cantaloupes. We harvest some, but most of them, the squirrels I would say, eat the fruits. And I have here more, in this area I plant more broccoli, cabbage, kohlrabi in this area here, in this area. And I have already bigger plants of broccoli because I plant this so much earlier than the rest. This is kohlrabi, broccoli, red cabbage. Hey, moss, stay away from me, moss. And look at my volunteer tomatoes. I still have tomatoes in there. That one's still green, that one is already ripe. And this one here, eggplants. I only have 3 eggplants, but this plant alone is loaded with flowers right now. So I think I will have more eggplants before the frost. And this one has still a lot of flowers in here. And I have here one that is ready for harvest. Look at this. Healthy looking volunteer pak choy. This is more volunteer tomato plants. I don't think this will make it. This will not produce because once the frost arrives, this will just die. So I'm just going to pull that. Maybe next week I'm going to pull some of the weeds here because the weeds here are growing again. Look, weeds. And this plant, I still have eggplants in here. This one here. And this one here is volunteer eggplant. So I have no idea what variety is this. I have 4 in this area that they just out of nowhere. I have seedlings of eggplants here. I don't know why I have. Moving forward, my summer squash is still producing, but they are so much taller than me. I think they're 6 feet now. Look at that. Here. There's the sea. Still producing. And I have one here ready for harvest. I noticed this plant is dying. Look, some kind of ants in there. So maybe I will just pull this out, or I don't know. I will observe this if it looks dying. I cut most of the leaves because the leaves was wilting. And in this area, I had cantaloupe in this area. And I pulled all the plants. And then now I have there cabbage, red cabbage, broccoli. I have some radish. I just planted that radish a couple of days ago. This one is another batch of turnips. And this one are radishes. More cabbage. More beans. Same variety. Provider bush beans. These beans are already producing. They have already beans in there. Look. Because this is, I think, 2 weeks earlier than the one that I first showed to you earlier. So tomorrow I'm going to harvest this. I like this variety. I still have the seeds, and I'm going to keep saving the seeds because, as I said earlier, it's upright. And even though we had a lot of rain a couple of days ago, the plants are still upright. Some variety, the plants will just droop into the ground, but this one is not. And I noticed the beans itself, the fruits, they are straight and slender, which I like it. So I have here this half of the bed. I have provider bush beans, and here I have more sugar and snap peas. Look at this. They are so sweet. There is some fruits in there. But every time I come here in the garden, I always grab some peas. They are so sweet. They are so much sweeter if you eat them right from the plant. If you leave them in the kitchen counter or in the refrigerator for couple of hours, I heard the sugar in the peas will turn into carbohydrate, so it means it will not be as sweet as it should be. So if you eat the peas right after, right from the vines, they're very sweet. These are cantaloupes, volunteer cantaloupes. I just pulled it. And I have some more beets here. These are beets. And more carrots. I can't remember the variety of carrots. I have to look it up, and I will just write it down below the video. And more turnips. These are more turnips. Few carrots, which I planted here several rows of carrots, but most of them did not germinate. I think I planted this during, it was very hot week, somewhere in, I think, July, and only few germinate. And these are more snap peas. These are more radishes. Radish, they grow so fast that the maturity date is around 23 days, 25 days. So they grow very fast. And more snap peas. So I'm showing to you, everyone, how our garden looks like at this time, September 12, 2020. And the garden is still producing. Hopefully the deer will not jump over the fence and go inside the garden. So I think, everyone, this is a long video, but I'm excited to show to you that at this time the garden is still productive, and very soon the garden will be lonely because of the weather. Will be cold again. Hi. Why not? Grandma wants to see you. Alright, everyone. It's getting noisy here because my husband is cutting the grass. He is mowing the lawn. So thank you, everyone, for coming along with me here inside the garden. Please don't forget to subscribe. Right now we are very busy getting ready to put the house out. So see you until next time. Take care, everyone, and God bless you. Happy gardening!